A good day once again. Welcome once again to this class. So today, what I will be teaching you is how to make a church flyer, and this is a church flyer I designed for one of the recent programs that was done in my church recently, and I'm going to take you through the journey on how I did it on the first scratch, like at the first attempt. So how I did it at the first attempt is what I'll be showing you. Basically, all the stock images I used here, I downloaded them the same way I downloaded the last one. The same way I downloaded the last one I did. I mean the first class. So I already download them. I already have them in my gallery. So I will just take you through the journey of how to make the designs. So if you want to know how to download images and how I download my images, you can watch the first class once again. You can watch the first class. So I will be dropping all the stock images. I will dropping the link to them in your description box, so you can just download them and make your design. So that's that about that. Alright, now let's go into the tutorial. Alright, now first thing I will like to do is that let's delete this text. Alright, now let's go and import our first stock image, and this is the one we are going to be using. Let's enlarge it and fit in perfectly to our own personal taste. Alright, next thing is let's export the second one. So here's the second one, but this second one I will have to take it back, and I will have to send it to the back. So after you fit into the size you wanted it to be, then you move it like that to the back of the first layer. So we go on again and import the next one. So that's that, and you click on the check sign. Alright, so let's keep this first. Now let's add a text. Like this particular design is a countdown flyer. So this is when the program was 3 days to go. Alright, so just move it, enlarge it this way, click on the OK sign. The font I used, I downloaded the same way I downloaded the recent ones. So I'm going to drop the link to this particular font. I'm going to drop the link to it in the description box, so you can just go on and check it out. So alright, here is the font. Let me move this and let me lock this one particular ones. Alright, so I will have to increase the padding for this one. So I will increase the left, increase it a bit so that it will not be covering the text. So that is the reason for that. I'll just make sure that the text is like it's being covered a little bit by the mountain. So I will move it down like under the mountain. You can see something like that. Now this particular one, now let's work on it. What I will do now is that I will go to erase color, and I will pick the color I want to erase. I just need the cloud alone, so I will remove the sky. You can see that. So I will just increase it, make sure you can see that. So I have that now. I can now go, okay, I will now go to my eraser, then I will increase this first side, then I will increase the hardness. This is the size and this is the hardness. So I will start to erase the part I don't want. I don't need the lower skies, I don't need those ones, so you can just take them off. You can see like that. You can just take them off. Likewise the top as well. You can just, you see that I have the cloud I wanted, though there are still some parts, so let's remove those. So just make sure that while you are erasing it, you are not tampering with the cloud. So we have something like this. You can leave it this way, but if you still want to touch some other things, you can still go on and erase. Now let's flip it. I want this cloud to be covering some part of the mountain and likewise some part of the letters too. So I will copy it, then I will turn it again. Is either you use that particular tool that I'm using, or you use the rotate tool. That way you want it, you can use it that way. So as you can see, this is how I'm doing it. So you turn it, you can copy it again. Just make sure that you are getting something like this. Since this is what we are using as our prototype, make sure that you are getting something like this. So just make sure you are turning it, and then you are getting the perfect your perfect design that you wanted. So I reduce this particular one, then just make sure that you copy, then place it the way you want it to be, like in a creative way, so that it won't look haggard or something. Make sure that the two sides too are balanced, but that depends on how you want to make the design. That depends on how you want to make the design. So this is how we like to move it to the front. You can see like that, the mountain, like I'm placing the cloud now under the mountain, but I still want to move the I'm still going to use some of the clouds to cover the mountain. You can see, instead of going through that stress, I just come here and press to front. That's what I did there. Come here and press to front. Okay, now let's again import one of them. So let's bring this here, click on the check sign. Then what we want to do is just the same thing we did with that first one. We just need the cloud, so we go to erase color, eraser tool I mean. So we use our eraser tool, increase the size and increase the hardness as well, so that way start cleaning the things you need, and you can just leave the things you don't need out. As you can see, look at what we have. Then you now go to your erase color, on it, and pick one of the colors you want to erase. So once you are done with that, click on this plus arrow icon here, so that we can add another color we want to remove. So what you're going to do now is that we click, you can see that it has changed to 2. Then I will pick the color, then I will erase that particular color as well. So you can see that I have that one that way, so it looks more clearer now. So I can use this particular one for anything I want to use it for, because I just have just the cloud. I erased 2 colors. So let's look for a perfect place to place this. Okay, yeah, I think that'll be okay. So now let's copy again. You can turn, look for a way to place this on as well. So you can copy again, and just resize this. You might not use the pattern I'm using, but make sure that it's follow almost the same, what's it called, the same design, because I would like to see this design that you make. So right, so now let's go to opacity. I would like to reduce the opacity of some of them. You can see that you can just pick it that way, then reduce the opacity, because I feel like the opacity is too much. Just reduce few of them. Okay, let's just reduce everything. Alright, so this is good now. Let me reset this to a very good spot. I think that's good. So now let's add a text. So this side again, I will just increase, like I will just speed it up, because these sides are basically what you've already known. We're just going to add text to these sides. So likewise, the font I'm going to use here, I'm going to drop it in the comment section, the description box. You can just check it out and download it and install it. So now let's align these to be at the middle, like that. So now next thing I will do is that let me just move it under those under those clouds, that way. Let me just lock them so that I'll not be tampering with them. And then I will readjust, but make sure that you stick to the alignment. What's it called? The center alignment. Make sure you are sticking to the center alignment. Alright, so now let's add another image. So this image is a torn paper effect. So just break it down this way. Likewise, I'm going to increase the speed of this place, because what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to add text on those torn paper effects. I'm going to duplicate each of the torn paper effects. So, and then after duplicating it, I'm going to change some of their colors. Then after changing the colors, I'm going to add text on each of them, and the text I will be adding on them will be different colors, different size, and then I will be using premium font as well. So I'll be using premium font. So after the font, I'm going to drop the font in the description box so that you can download it too and add it to your font as well, so that you can use it to do the same thing. So next thing I will be doing now is that, this is white, and as a matter of fact it's too big. I have to obey two laws here. One is contrast law, and the second law I'm going to obey here is hierarchy, and that's the reason why I decreased it. But we have to change the color as well. You can see I changed the color here so that it will show. So that is contrast. So when you want to obey the color of contrast, you need something like that. And then next thing is that I'm going to use another font. Like I said, I'm going to add that font into the description box so that you too can use it. Alright, so here's the font. What I will do now is that I will align this to be at the center. I will give it center alignment like that. Next thing now is that I will like to rotate the text with the paper effect so that we give it more original look. Okay, so you can just click on check sign. What I'll be doing here is just to readjust it. You can make it your own personal taste. Okay, so now let's copy the paper effect. I copied it, then adjust it to how I want it to be. So now let's change the color. Now the color that I want to use here, we pick it from the sky. You can see how I did that. Now So I'll just, like I said, the text that I'll be using, the sizes will diverse, but the same font and their colors too will diverse. And why that is happening is because since I'm using different color for different paper effects, so I will have to make sure that the colors are matching and are not they are not varying from each other. The font I'll be using here is a bolder font. Let me say a bigger font of the one I used for the address. So they are still in the same category, but just different sizes. Let me say different style. In the same category but different style. So I increase it, then I will change the position. These are just basically things you already know. So now let me change the color for it. Alright, so again, let's copy it and then I will add it to the second side as well. You can see, just adjust the positioning. Likewise, I will change the color for this as well. You can see that. So okay, let's stick to this now. Let's copy the text again. Let's change that color. Alright, guess this is okay. Now let's copy. We just move it down, and then we change two things here as well. We change the we change the color, the text, and the size too, since this is the date and the date shouldn't be as big as other things. And mind you can see that each and every single thing that I'm doing, I make sure that each of it has its own size. You can see that each of it they have their own size, so make sure that you are obeying make sure that you are obeying hierarchy. If you are here to watch the video I made about principle of designs, you need to watch it. Because it's actually a good thing to watch. It's a good tutorial for you to watch, and that will even make you understand different types of ways to obey and different type of principles to obey. So I reduce the line spacing here. So can just adjust the position too. So let's copy it again, then we have to put it there and readjust it. Then we pick a text that we love to put on it, and this is I put no, supposed to be this to go. Alright, click on OK. So you can just work on the colors. I think let me use black for this. You see that I increased it as well. Now it's even, but despite the fact that it's still big, it doesn't mean that it will be bigger than Awakening. Awakening is the theme, so it's like what we called the program. So I have to pick my informations and pick their sizes, so that I will not be I will not be missing out the law of hierarchy. So now, next time I like to do is just to break the church logo. Alright, this is just the logo and it's RCCG logo. So you just reduce it. Right, you see that I copied the text. So I would like to add the parish name, which is Celebration Arena. So right, then you carry this, you pick this, okay, you enlarge it. You say I have to erase the rotation so to be at 0. So because I came here to change the color, make sure you put it at center alignment, then you position it. So change the font to change it to a more darker font. I would like you to pay attention here. So I don't know if you've seen me done it before. You want to move multiple layers, select all the layers that way. Then you pick the position. Let's go back. Okay. You can just see it how I did it there. Select how to select multiple layers. You click on the layers, then you do it that way. If you did not get it, please watch that part again. So that's how to move in multiple layers at the same time. So now let's add like a lens flare on it. So you pick your stickers and go to where you have something like that, and then put it there. Let's just change the color. Now we change the color to something, yes, something like this, and click on OK. I like to copy it, then drop it somewhere there. Copy again, just look for, put it somewhere here. Copy again, put it somewhere there. Copy again, put it somewhere there. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Whatever result it is that you are getting, I'm still going to show you how you are going to edit it very well in Lightroom. Right, so next thing now we should do now is that let's go to our Lightroom. Let's go to Lightroom. So now let's go to photo on device, then we go to Pixellab where our design is being saved. Then we go down to pick the design. Okay, so this is the design. Okay, this one. Oh, sorry, this is not it. Alright, so this is it. Now next thing I will do now is that I'll just go to my edit here, first, then go to light. I would like to increase this shadow Then I will reduce this highlight. Actually, let's see. Let's reduce the white here and let's reduce this black. Let's see what is. You can increase the contrast. So you know what? Let's go to effects. Yeah, increase this texture. Increase the clarity. You can just reduce the beyonds a bit. Yeah, something like this. Guess this is cool. Alright, now let's go to the color here. Actually, I prefer to use my vibrance more than saturation, so let's increase vibrance, and you can just decrease the saturation. I guess the color, let's increase it a bit and let's see. Okay, let's leave it this way. Let's come to the temperature. Let's see what we have. Okay, you can reduce it to -14. I guess it's okay. Let's check. Okay, you can just use your own personal taste. If what you okay, this is okay. This is okay. Let's go back to lights. Let's see what we have if we play around with this. You can see the before, you can see the after. So that's how we will color grade this particular design. So you can even come here to your detail here and increase the sharpening. But once you increase the sharpening, if you zoom in into the design, it's possible you start getting something like a low quality design. Here you can see, if you check somewhere around here, see that there's something like a box that starts to it has decreased a little bit now. So for us not to be getting something like this, that's why we don't normally advise, like I personally don't advise people to use sharpening. Instead of using sharpening, you can use your texture, and then you can play around with your clarity, with your beyonds. Oh, sorry. Let's check this. Let's check how it's going to look if oh, it's better we leave it the way it was. Okay, and that's it. So if you have a more creative mindset, you can try to play around with your vignette. So you can decide to, but when it's looking too dark, the design might be looking too rough. So you can just play around with it. I think this is even more better. Increasing this way, you can just check out the midpoint works. So yes. Okay, let's increase the feather. Then the roundness, you can just check how. I think I would prefer this. Alright, so this is the before. You can see this is the after. That's how we color grade this design. And if you want to save your design, come here, then save it like that. Then your design will be perfectly saved. Alright, thank you once again for watching this class, this tutorial. Alright, see you in the next tutorial or in the next class.